Hello, everyone. Hey, Dante.
Bri, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you doing?
No, I am doing good, girl. I'm gonna stand up because my lighting isn't lighting. See, that's why I needed to come to your house to do the show. There we go.
Oh, yeah, you should. I can't even see you right now. Let me do the land acknowledgement real quick, and then we're going to catch up.
Okay, yes.
Hello, everyone. We are here. We acknowledge that we are on traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Coast Salish, past and present, and we honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish, Suquamish, Nisqually, Snoqualmie, and Muckleshoot tribes. We also acknowledge what has happened on this land to impact the lives of the Black community in Seattle due to redlining and systematic and oppressive mechanisms of anti Black racism enacted by white leaders, politicians, business people, and others that have robbed Black families of the opportunity to build and pass down generational wealth. To share your own story of home or land loss in the central area of Seattle, please contact us here at Black Dollar Days Task Force org. Again, blackdollardays.taskforce.org to tell your story. Um, where'd Deontay go? Is he still getting his lighting together?
No, I'm together.
Oh, you together. um, I want to do a few announcements, Deontay, and then we'll get started. We are gearing up for our summer youth program starting July 8th at 12 p.m. You can find us at on Holgate and 28th Avenue South behind the Amy Yee Tennis Center. For more information, please email me at blackdollarcleangreens@gmail.com. Save the date for our grand opening July 1st, which will also be in the same area. We want you guys to come and see the great work that we're doing over there at Amy Yee. There is produce growing. We are eating out of that garden, and we can't wait to share more food with you all. We still have some more planting to do, but the gardening is coming along, and we want to share that with our seasoning opening July 1st, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be games, there will be free food. You heard that right, free food, DJ, music, vendors. It's gonna be a party, y'all. Um, Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. We are asking that you make a difference and invest in our independent organization so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love. We are kicking off our summer campaign to support Rainier Avenue Radio from now until August 1st. We are asking that you make a gift in support of our work. Go to rainieravenueradio.world and click on donate to make a gift. Every gift matter, and it doesn't matter. And we're working to raise resources needed to fund our programming. So you guys, please donate. If you love what we are doing here on Rainier Avenue Radio, Rainier Avenue Radio is Black owned. Rainier Avenue Radio is community centered and focused. We have fun with each other behind the scenes and on our radio show. They do great work out in our community. So please go out and support. Don't hesitate to donate a thousand to 500,000 to $1. Anything counts. Please go ahead and donate. Deontay, you there?
Yes, I am.
You want to talk about it? Hey, look at that smile. Hi. I love your smile. Do 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 do. Okay.
Yes.
How's it going? I know you are exhausted. You had a day yesterday, honey.
I had a day. I had a day, and it was great. It was like it was a great day, and also it was great to see community members, but it was also a beautiful day to be Black. Beautiful day to see Black people.
For those of you who don't know and live under a rock, we celebrated Juneteenth. Well, our Black community did. I
Yeah.
celebrated freedom of the Black people by having freedom of rest.
Okay, and that is a good thing because now I'm like, ooh, where's that day of freedom of rest? Because that's what I need.
No,
But it was so great to see folks. Shout out to NAM. Shout out to King County Equity Now. They had two events that were across the street from one another, and it just for me it blended in so well. I hope they do the same thing next year. It
yeah,
was
that was
great.
beautiful.
to have my wonderful Black community with me. I had some youth with me and got to take them around for fun yesterday. So it was just great. It was uplifting. Went to see Talib Kweli. There was a play called Nubia, production of Nubia, which was a lot of our our drag performers, Black drag performers down there at the Moore Theater. So watched that last night. Shout out to Trey Holiday and another guest that I was with. We had a really great time last night, but it was just beautiful. Just
Nice. And when we say Black community, we mean the whole community. We just say Black community because that's what my 7-year-old
well,
calls it out there.
no. We like but it's okay for us to say Black community because that is also all inclusive. We're choosing to prioritize us, and
Sure.
there is nothing wrong with that. Give us a law that came through that's prioritize us.
Right. And I shouldn't even said that. Look, coming off the heels of
No, but
Juneteenth.
sometimes we feel like, oh, well, maybe I should.
Yeah.
But no,
We just want to make sure it's
right,
inclusive, but we are celebrating us. Black skin, Black people. Oh my God, it was so funny. My son wanted to go to Starbucks and Deontay said, no, we are celebrating Black. We are buying Black. You better go find you a Black coffee shop. Speaking of, I cannot wait till Black Northwest comes to the CD.
right.
I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, right. I'm excited too, and and then in a personal way for us too, because it's like we grew up in church family together, so just
Yeah.
watching that
Yeah.
happen
That
is a great. It's just a great feeling, and can't wait uh, to see what Donisha does in this area. She's already doing stuff in the North Shoreline area, but here, oh wow, they better get ready. She comes from a family of legacy, right? And we gonna be there to support. We just hope everybody else is gonna be
oh
there.
yeah, Starbucks too. When Black Northwest comes in the mix, I'm gonna be there, and I hope
Right,
there's a sitting area so I can go work.
right. That's real.
So we're excited. Another thing that we're celebrating, and thank you for look, Deontay might as well. He's like my what is it? Permanent guest host.
Permanent guest host, sometimes producer. You know,
Hello, producer. We low key need to do a show together. It
right?
would be
Absolutely.
lit. Well, I just thank you for coming on and taking the time and really coming in here. We are also celebrating the month of Pride all month in June. And I just wanted to come in and talk about for those of who are still figuring out exactly what Pride is. We want to talk about that, what that entails, and what community events you have coming up. So I know I just threw a whole bunch on there, but
Yeah.
can you sorry, let's start with what is Pride and why is it important for us to celebrate?
I think one of the things that the main reason why we celebrate Pride is because Pride started from a riot, which well, let's also be clear too. This is something that also branched off of like the civil rights movement. But when we're talking about inclusivity for our queer community members, our trans community members, our lesbian community members, um, to have a day of access where we don't have to worry about our safety, or we don't have to be stigmatized because of our HIV diagnosis, or we don't have to be sexualized in the dark, uh, where we get to be loud and proud and see each other for who we are and accepted by our community members as who we are. That's the goal, right? Pride comes from tears that you cried from childhood and try to get over, right? Pride comes from getting out of that isolation because family and friends told you you could not be, but you have been able to rise above those things because a higher power said find you, and finding you could be um, your orientation, finding your orientation, or finding your truest self is the main thing that I love about Pride. Celebrating your truest self. Last year wasn't able to celebrate Pride because I was going through a journey of figuring out like what my truest self was. And yeah, I'm gonna make it about me. Yeah, we can talk about Pride in general, but I'm speaking Pride is different expression for other people. See, for some hetero folks, right, it's just walking with us in the parade and saying yes, queen. But
Mm-hmm.
when you look at what Pride looks like, Pride looks like when you are able to finally be 38 years old and say, it's time for me to take care of myself. It's time for me to get out of isolation and authentically show up. I've showed up before, but coming out of the isolation, this is going to be the best pride that I ever had because I am in my truest form.
But you showed up before,
Yeah,
but you were showing up for other people.
yeah,
Now you showing up for yourself.
uh-huh.
And that's the thing. And can we just talk about, you just said 38, Lord. How were you 38? First of all, you still look 25.
God said no.
I guess we got to grow up sometime.
Well,
But
honey, you 29 if I'm 28.
hello. We ain't aging. Black don't crack. Happy Juneteenth still. Anyways, but no, I love how you say that. Celebrating yourself, that is part of pride, and talking about your story. And that's what I love about you in the community is that you show up. And even though you don't recognize it sometimes, you're showing up in your true, authentic self. And that is what people need. That's
Yeah,
what people cling to be able to get to that finish line. And I'm just happy that you are starting to see and feel that for yourself.
I am. I am. And honestly, I was literally just up last night just thinking about that. Um, it is really hard. And, sometimes people don't like that.
Uh oh.
Wait a minute. Daniel's birthday's in 6 days. And let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel's just amazing.
It's cancer season, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, he came to my open mic a couple of weeks ago, and it was so great to have him there. And I met some of his people who were amazing folks. But Daniel, pride is friendships like yours. I've been knowing Daniel since like what, about uh, 5 years since I came back home. And just always been supportive. Your energy has never changed. You've always remained authentic, no matter what room you are in. And we do celebrate Pride with our allies as well. So thank you. What?
We celebrate with you, Daniel, even though it's cancer season. Lord, I know too many cancers in this house.
Ooh. But you don't even come off like the emotional cancers that I know, because there's a lot of them.
He gives me shade in the background, so I
Okay.
can't speak for the same. No, just messing. But no, I can't wait to celebrate and embarrass Daniel for his 38th birthday. Um, but yeah, I love that you are showing up for yourself now. So when we talk about pride, like you said, for the heterosexual side, there's so many different ways that people look on it. First of all, if you're just tuning in, you're tuning into Clean Greens Living, broadcasted live here on Rainier Avenue Radio. I am your host, Queen Bri, and we are speaking with Deontay Damper from Vocal, Washington. Um, but yeah, so from heterosexual side, I've heard so many. So yes, of course, I consider myself an ally. I still have questions and things that I, as a heterosexual, that I love that I could talk to you about, and we have these open conversations. But not everybody is so open, and they always tend to look at pride as like this just over exaggerated thing. But I love how you said, I don't want to say the words that they say because I don't want to repeat that rhetoric on my show. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm not saying it. But I'm just saying that I love that we can have these open conversations where you talk about pride is us showing up as our authentic self. And after all the things that we've been through, we are here celebrating life, celebrating us, and celebrating we're still here, because I know that there are times that people have done or have wanted to end their lives, or has suffered through addiction because they couldn't live their true authentic self. And
Yeah.
so when we're looking at pride, it is important for us to have these conversations so that people understand that these, from what one thing that always stuck out with me from this day, that controversial Dave Chappelle comedy hour, was that people are they're having these experiences, and we're not supposed to try to get in their head and figure it out, but just understand that these are experiences that they're going through, and
Yeah.
show up and support.
And the thing that's so important too is just like, especially in our community, and I'm saying this for all community members, but I'm specifying Black community because I'm Black. Clean Greens got started by a Black woman. We're on Clean Greens Radio, ran by a Black woman, so I'm just prioritizing. And the reason why it's so important for us to find us is because there's a misconception of always thinking that we are we're not on the same page when it comes to advocacy work, or when I think about my community, I see how quick we're always to rush about gun violence, but how slow we are, or how we turn a blind eye to a trans woman being assaulted or harassed, right? So it goes to all of it goes to all of that. So I just really just hope that this year, for this month, as we do celebrate Juneteenth, we also celebrate our prideful community members that remain resilient in the space. So
Nice. And how I wouldn't, and look, heterosexual, we never know what to do really. So one of my family members texted me, a group of us was like, y'all ain't wish me a happy pride. What is going on? So how, talk to us, how can family members support y'all?
you know what's so funny, and this is so funny because I have a twin. I have a twin. For people that don't know, I have a twin brother and I have a little brother, and I literally text them that. I was like, y'all didn't text me happy pride, and both of them sent me rainbow flags. Now, if you know my brothers, like, it's like, keep in mind, like, we are all in a. I think people need grace, and people are also unlearning, and then also sometimes learning something new can it's scary sometimes for folks, but it's okay to unlearn some of those behaviors. So it's just been really. I think we just have to have patience with each other and give people grace. Hell,
I love that you said that because when we talk about it, I'm a heterosexual woman, so I don't understand or know a lot of things about like I had to work, like you said, working of learning and unlearning things. Like when it comes to transgender, I had to understand their experiences and what they were going through, even though I had my feelings and thoughts. And it's funny because there's always this controversial, like, people can't be free to say what they need to say in order to get an understanding. And I love how you say that we need to give each other grace, because on both sides we need to give each other grace for people living these live experiences, and then for people who are just trying to understand and unlearn things that were like drilled down and
like
ingrained in
drilled
us.
down and embedded
Yeah.
into like how we feel. I like it's been like I literally like spent years, like even being in orientation, right, trying to get a lot of those narratives and those things that have been embedded in
Yeah.
community, right? Try unlearning that within self, right?
Ooh.
They've been embedded around your family, your friends, you know, to the point where you internalize those things, and you got to go through. Hey, just keeping it real. People internalize those things, and it's really just important for us to give grace. But we do have pride, and this weekend is just going to be full of stuff. And I can't wait to be celebrating with all of my people.
Tell us
All
about
weekend.
what's going on. Tell us what's going on and how can people show up?
Well, we have Saturday. There is the Pride Fest up there at Cal Anderson Park. We have the wonderful Araya Janae, who has been a guest here on Clean Leans Radio, as well as Bobby K, Andrew Davis, and a host of other performers performing during Pride Fest for Saturday. And then Sunday, we have our Pride March, where Lavender Rights Project is going to be our grand marshals, which means that they will be first, which means that they will be leading the way. And it speaks volumes for a Black trans femme led organization to be leading the way as they have been. Lavender Rights Project is hands down one of the best nonprofits that are out here that is advocating for Black folks. So I said
Nice.
Black folks. I'm so happy to be marching along with them through that space. But more so, we need to be uplifting the organization, donating to this organization, giving access to this organization, because a lot of community members that are saying that they're leading in organizations are not prioritizing those community members and need to be. But it speaks volumes to be the Grand Marshals, and we're so proud of all of the sisters and brothers and non-binary folks that work there at the organization.
Nice. Okay, well, you guys make sure that you are out there checking out and supporting Pride and being an ally. And what does it mean to be an ally for you guys? And I know you can't speak for everybody, and we need to get out of even doing that. We
Yeah.
can't speak for everybody. So what is
Well,
it being
you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what I'm learning, and this is the biggest challenge that I go through with people. I am not your token, meaning that I don't jump on projects with you for you to tokenize me or take ownership of me, of what, like, I've literally went through that abuse with organizations, not all, but majority, over the years, where I am not your token. You do not get to tell me when to walk and when to talk. I'm dealing with abuse from somebody right now who still thinks that they just have ownership of, because they gave me an opportunity, that they have ownership of me as an individual. No, we do not own community members. And to be a better ally is just to lead with heart and not with selfishness. There's so many people out here in this community that might not appear it, but they're selfish. And we cannot move like that in this community. It is abusive. It is abuse. So to be a better ally, lead with heart.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is real because a lot of people think they come in, because I know from Black experience, an ally comes in trying to help, and then they end up taking over, and again, like you said, telling you how to do and what to do, or what they think can be better. But
Right.
it's leading with heart and letting you be the leader, and letting you tell them what is needed, and leading with heart. Look, leading with heart and community, period, the end, is the way that we should be going. And I thank you for leading with heart, and you for showing up, and you gathering whoever you can gather to come out there and spread the love, and showing the kids in the community how to lead with love and heart. And
Yeah.
hashtag for the LGBTQ. What is that thing that says LBGTQI?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the LGBT. Come on. Yes, absolutely.
And our Black community. So we really
Absolutely.
appreciate you and all your work. And I hope that you see that you are amazing and that you are needed and valued in this community.
Well, I
You know what, Daniel?
dang it, you're on time today, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, that is time. Thank you, Deontay, for showing up. You guys, please be out there supporting and being true allies for our LGBTQ community. And up next is Phil FAM. Phil AM. I always kill that. All right, bye, guys.